The CX-50 Turbo definitely goes zoom zoom. I'll include a link to the Tim Dahle Mazda's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this CX-50. Let's get right into it. This is powered by a turbo 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 23 around town, 29 on the highway. Power outputs are 227 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. You get a bit of a power bump if you use premium fuel. If you're able to subscribe, I'd really appreciate the help. Very boxy design with the hood, and that's one of the things that is cool about the CX-50, because you go from that to the angular headlights, but then it's kind of like back to boxiness with that whole shape there, and then the grille is blacked out. And this definitely has a much more wide appearance compared to the CX-5 sibling. Tire wheel setup is 245 by 45 by 20. You've got silver with black on the wheels, and then big chunky fender flares, and then more of that chunky bodywork on the side. Very sleek side profile, blacked out mirror caps too, and the wheels, I think they pop out quite a bit. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the Mazda logo there, and yeah, lock and unlock on the side. Kind of a little sleek design. They've had this for a while. Power hatch, yes. Look at that, tons of space in the back, and you've got this little tab that you can throw to fold down the seat. With the seat folded down, I mean, it is massive, but even with the seat folded up, you still have tons of space. This is why everyone loves this segment of crossover. Spare tire underneath too. Look at the taillights as they come together. Cool design. And then the badges have a nicer finish now, it looks like. That will cap things off for the exterior of the CX-50. Let's now check out the interior. Now when it comes to materials, you do have some soft touch here, down below in the armrest, and a little bit of storage. The seats have some fancy stitching. They're perforated down the center portion. Legroom back here is rock solid. We also have some vents in the back, some USB ports. Only the passenger side gets a storage pocket. Now there is a panoramic sunroof which gets in the way of headroom a little bit, but it's not bad. Keyless entry for up front, and let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. You've got more soft touch. Look at the cross stitching down below. That's nice. Front seats have more of that perforated trim and piping to match. Now the driver's seat had power adjustments and lumbar. The passenger seat just has power adjustments. Memory seats. This also has buttons to turn off the parking sensors, traction control, and then the auto stop start. Soft touch all around the steering wheel. You got paddles there on the back. Adaptive cruise control here on the front, and then you can see the volume controls, and then that's to change the information displayed in the center. Look at this with the gauges. I like the analog setup, but and you can also shift through there. It's kind of fun. And then this does have a few different drive modes that you can go through, including an off-road mode. We also have a heads-up display and backup camera, just normal one. Just like other modern Mazdas, it is not a touchscreen. Everything's controlled with a little dial system. It's quick to respond. If you use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it does use touchscreen functionality with those. Straight lines across the dash, but it looks good. Like, you don't need to do complicated design with cars. And then this does have dual zone climate as well as heated and ventilated seats. Got some storage up front, shifter here for the 6-speed, drive mode select right next to that, and then all the controls for the infotainment system, volume, your parking brake, auto hold, and then the center console here. Good storage, USBs. There's a phone charging pad just right there in front of the center console. And then I kind of already mentioned earlier, but yeah, panoramic sunroof in this model. 2026 Mazda CX-50 Turbo, $39,990. Let's see how the CX-50 performs. This is kind of a cool view at the back of the CX-50. And yeah, again, the spacing isn't massive, but it works. It definitely works. So, we'll pop up front and let's see how this thing performs. Love the feeling of the steering wheel. Again, Mazda's they just feel premium. They do a good job. And I think Mazda eventually probably wants to be like luxury. You can tell like with what they're doing with the 90, they're kind of trying to jump into the luxury world. But I don't think they should. I don't think they should. Because the problem is once you jump like full on, I can't talk. Once you jump all the way into luxury, it's just a different demographic that you're selling to. And you know, the truth is it's a much pickier demographic because of the price point, right? And I don't know, it kind of, I don't think it's worth it. I think that sticking at this like premium price point, right? Premium, all that kind of stuff. I think that makes the most sense for them. And they're really not that bad. I mean, the CX-90s are more expensive, but these 50s are, I mean, you know, turbocharged car with pretty big power and nice interior for sub 40. This is pretty close to it's not, I wouldn't call it full on economy, but it's getting into economy car territory. A lot of performance too. Like, look at this, torque is great. And that's the thing about this powertrain is you'll notice if you go full throttle and you're in automatic mode, it'll short shift. And that's because this engine's all about torque. It's kind of like a gas diesel in a way. It's obviously not a diesel, but when I say gas diesel, it kind of acts more like a diesel in certain ways, with tons of low end torque and not a ton of power on the top end. But I don't mind. I don't mind at all. And the thing is, it's not like the quickest thing ever, but it's pretty quick and it feels powerful. I think that's the nice thing about this, is it feels powerful. Ride quality's pretty good. No double pane windows, but it's still pretty insulated. You hear a bit of road noise and everything. Typical. It's not too much though at all. Seems fine to me. Yeah, over the bumps, it does quite well. Pretty darn comfortable. Man, I love that torque. It's just like, boom. For a 4-cylinder, it's very impressive. It's very, very impressive. Man, Mazdas are so underrated. It's crazy to me that people are still buying Toyota in 2025. The reason that's so crazy to me is, like, when I say buying, just blindly buying, like they don't even look at other options. If you're on YouTube, you probably at least research a few things, but man, you gotta understand, like I'm meeting people in real life, and it shocks me the amount of people that just don't even consider other cars. They never look at any reviews or anything. It's like, what? Because like, for example, the outgoing generation RAV4, you could get that with a NA 4-cylinder for the same price as this. And it's like, the Mazda's obviously better. It's a nicer looking car, better interior, more power, and this engine is reliable. I'm not having issues with this engine. So it's like, you can't make, oh, the Toyota's more reliable. It's like, no, it's like, objectively, the Mazda is a better car, and the pricing is actually oftentimes less with the Mazda because you can get dealer discount on them, right? Toyota's so proud of their product, dealers don't discount them at all because they keep the supply low. So Mazda's underrated. And the thing that, here's the deal, is this thing will just keep perpetuating itself, because how it works is only people that are interested in Mazdas will see this review, and the people that are like the Toyota cultists, they're the people that really need to see this review. They'll never see it, because they'll only, like, if they do go on YouTube, they'll only look at the Toyota reviews. They're like, I'm not going to waste my time with Mazda. I'm just going to look at what's the new RAV4, what's the new Tacoma, what's the new this and that. They don't even care. So if you're smart enough to watch this review, then you're also smart enough to go and drive one of these back to back with the Toyota. I think you'll be impressed.